So often we say 6/8 is not a good fraction because it's not reduced. In some contexts, we don't necessarily need to reduce. So is reducing good? Yeah, we have smaller numbers. Is it ideal? Not always. And we'll get into that some more later. So I'm just going to draw a picture of 6/8 before I reduce it. So I'm going to draw my best square whole. And I'm going to cut it into 8 pieces. And I'm just going to do that by, say, cutting horizontally in half. And then if I cut those halves and quarters, and then I'll cut those quarters into 8s. I find it's the best way to draw relatively equal slices that I can call 8s without. All right, so there's my 6/8. There's my 8, sorry. Let's get the 6 in there. So let's get a highlighter. I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So here's my 6/8. And reducing is basically regrouping with a fraction. And when I look at this fraction right here, I see groups of 2. Like I see a group of 2 right here. And I see another group of 2, just over exaggerate a little bit, right there. I see another group of 2 right here. And I see another group of 2 right here. And when I redo it that way, I can see that I've shaded 1, 2, 3 of these groups of 2. And in the whole, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 of those groups of 2. And we teach kids to reduce, not necessarily by picture, but by saying, do these guys have a common divisor, a common factor? And 2 goes into both of them. So we would divide both numbers by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 8 divided by 2 is 4, and dividing by 2 is looking for groups. How many groups of 2 are in 6? Well, there's 1, 2, 3 of them, which I can see in my picture. How many groups of 2 are in 8? Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, according to my picture. And so it's a good idea early on to link that reducing of fractions to the idea of groups in a picture like this. So in this case, my reducing is just looking for groups of 2. But we could be looking for groups of 3 or 4, or it just kind of depends on the fractions. But looking for groups is the idea. That looking for groups is finding common factors.